asked you on the community tab on YouTube if you had any questions or assumptions about me. So let's get juicy and answer these today. Susan Morrison asks, do you have a cleaning schedule? I enjoy decluttering and organizing, but cleaning, not so much. So I used to stick to a very specific cleaning schedule. I did this for many years, and for some reason, my schedule changed. I had another baby, whatever happened, it got me out of the routine. And so currently, no, I actually don't. I'm going to be testing out the Clean Mama's cleaning schedule though. She has you go through your house on a specific day and clean specific things, which I think is the way to go. I will say though that no matter what, I will do laundry, dishes, and trash every single day, because if I don't do this, everything will start to pile up and I will stress so bad. Priscilla Coleman says, my assumption is that because you have very little clutter, your house is always spotless. Absolutely not. I used to spend about 2 hours cleaning every day, just everyday mess. I would tidy and clean. Now I spend significantly less time, maybe 30 minutes. So my house is not always spotless for sure, but it is a lot easier to tidy than ever before. Then she says, her question is, how does someone get motivated with struggling with depression and anxiety? I am the perfect person to answer this question because I struggle with both. I will say that having the clutter, so much clutter, and getting it out of my house helped significantly with both my depression and anxiety. It's not a cure-all necessarily, but I did notice that once I hauled all of that stuff out of my space, I felt less anxious in general. And so I kind of was counting on that, hoping that if I decluttered, that would be the case. And I think it is the case for a lot of people. So let that motivate you, that your depression and anxiety will be easier, hopefully, to manage once you declutter your space. Also take things off, bite things off in small chunks. Don't go into an entire room and declutter the whole thing at once. That's very overwhelming. If it causes you anxiety just to declutter, like it did me, then bite things off in smaller chunks. I gave myself a ton of anxiety when I decluttered at first because I didn't do it that way. Divine Entity says, vlog style videos, I would love those. So am I going to be bringing back vlog style videos? A couple people asked me this. I really want to film what you want to watch. I've had a lot of fun in the past filming more personal life updates, vlog style videos, and then I kind of made my channel a little bit more specific and direct with decluttering, minimalism, organizing, that kind of thing. But I have missed the variety. I will say that for sure. YouTube is super tricky because the algorithm wants you to be as specific as possible, but that also puts you in a box and stifles your creativity. So I want to know what you think. Would you watch a vlog style video or something that was a little bit outside the box of decluttering and minimalism? This next one's funny. This is from VSFO9PY, and they said, my assumption is that you run out of things to declutter from your home, so you just create clutter. I would imagine your house is already fully decluttered. In general, you accumulate stuff, and I think that is one assumption maybe about minimalism in general, is that once you declutter, that's the end. That's it. You don't declutter anymore. That is not the case. So my home is not fully decluttered. And do I ever stage clutter? Yes, I have in my channel before, like created little clutter hotspots, but it's 50-50, you guys. Half the time, it's genuine. A little buildup spot will accumulate in the corner and I'll say, perfect. I already needed to film today. This is exactly what I needed for this example. Joni Frizzle asks, this is a fun one. What brand of foundation do I wear? Your makeup is always beautiful. That's so nice. Thank you. It is just the Revlon Color Stay from the drugstore. I've used it for years. Her assumption is that I have a perfectly clean car. This is a running joke between my husband and I because my car is a wreck. It is the hot mess express 24/7, and he laughs. He's like, how can you have this decluttering channel and a fairly clean house and decluttered house, and then have this super messy car. And in my defense and my response is, I can't do it all. Like, I can't stress, let's say, over the house and the car. It's too much for me, and everyone's different. So if you can have a mostly decluttered house and decluttered car, that is amazing. You are life goals for me. But no, my car is kind of, the kid zone. And so no, it is not clean all the time. Connie Jones 9832 says, I would love to know, as a former beauty content creator, which I was when I started my channel, I talked exclusively about makeup. You were able to get rid of so much of your makeup and basically become a makeup minimalist. Yes, that's true. I would love an old-fashioned get ready with me where you show what you use now in the way of skincare and cosmetics. Would you like to see that? Again, I would love to get outside the box a little bit. The algorithm is gonna hate me, but I would love to do a more makeup related, skincare related vlog style video. This would make my dreams come true, but I want to make sure it's something you'd like to see. So just let me know in the comments. I would love to do it. Wyatt KV says, I know that no one really does, but I like to think that you completely have your life together, at least most of the time, and that you are always happy and laugh often. Okay, that assumption makes me very happy. I actually do not have my life together all the time. Absolutely not. I try and keep my schedule pretty simple. I've tried to minimize and simplify in as many ways as possible. This includes my routines, my schedules. So in that way, I feel more under control. Not that I necessarily have my life perfectly together, but I am fairly organized with my schedule and my routine. So, I don't miss appointments. I don't forget about things, forget that I'm supposed to be somewhere. I am reliable in that way, but my house gets messy just like everyone else. My car's a mess. Am I always happy? I am a very happy person. I try and laugh and smile, especially around my family, as much as possible. But I have my sad days just like anyone, and I feel the burdens and pressures and stresses of life. So please don't assume that I have it all together and that my life is perfect and that I'm always happy. No, I have struggles just like everyone. This next one comes from Sarah Donovan Feeney 1437. She says, you've mentioned that you used to be a teacher. Do you ever see yourself going back into the classroom? No, I don't think I will. I loved teaching. I hated the curriculum, the politics, the class sizes. It was so restricting, and I did not enjoy enough about it to go back. And I don't think I was paid enough for the work that I did. So no, I do not see myself going back into the classroom, although I do enjoy teaching and I have piano students and I love to do it that way, but it's on my own schedule and I'm not restricted. So nope, I'm not going back to the classroom as far as I know. I don't plan on it. Deidre Johnson 5493 asks what state I live in. I am currently in Utah. I'm not from Utah. I'm actually from California. My husband's from Colorado, and we just kind of landed here sort of by accident, and we've been here for more than a decade, so I don't think we'll leave. You never know. Never say never, but we really, really love it here. Oh, I hope I'm saying this correctly. Sherry1, is that how you say that? Assumes that my basement is my Monica closet, the one place I allow myself to have clutter. I'm kind of down to photos and some sentimental childhood memorabilia. And honestly, I do have stuff for kids to grow into, so grow in clothes, but I don't shove stuff down there that I know I don't need. I am more mindful, so I don't have a lot of stuff down there that's just who knows what this is or where this came from. Everything's kind of thoughtful, and I have gone through my basement a few times in the last several years, so yes, it's kind of cluttered down there, but no, I don't have anything down there that I really haven't thought about and intended to keep. And then her question is, what does your hubby think of the new improved no longer stuffs Candace, which is so cute that you even remember that my husband used to call me this stuffer. because I used to stuff and stuff and stuff closets, drawers, any space, shelf, you name it. I would stuff it with clutter. And so he used to call me the stuffer, which is funny. He absolutely loves the more clutter-free spaces. At this point, he has way more stuff than I do, which is very fun and kind of ironic, I guess. But somebody else had asked me, what do you do about a reluctant spouse? They don't want to declutter. You're kind of fed up with it. You don't know what to do. And I say just lead by example. That is one thing that I have really noticed is that, pressuring people into decluttering when they're not ready is never going to work. It's only going to create contention and resentment. So I highly recommend if you want your spouse to declutter, just declutter. But at this point, he does have more than I do, which is totally fine. I don't judge that or think he needs to declutter more. He can have whatever he wants. But it is fun that we have minimized to a degree together. I think that's really, really cool. Tina Hyatt 1722 says her assumption is that decluttering and minimalists only wear black, gray, navy, and white. Oh, that's funny. Their homes are museums and not lived in. This was my initial assumption about minimalists, which is why I kind of steered away from it for the longest time, because I had this really specific idea in mind that in order to become a minimalist, I had to streamline everything in my home to a very specific style. That could not be farther from the truth, which is something that I love to raise awareness about, I guess, on my channel, is that even if you don't call yourself a minimalist, or you do, it does not matter. First of all, titles don't matter. I like calling it simplifying because it's a little bit more personal and it feels like more customizable, not so intimidating, because I do think a lot of people assume, like I did, that your house has to be the bare bones, plain, cold. I mean, the list goes on. So I absolutely assumed that as well. And if you assume that, don't. It's not true. You can be the most cozy minimalist to your heart's content, wear whatever color styles you like. There is no actual official style. Some minimalists out there who have big names and reputations and have a real brand built around minimalism have made it look that way, but that is not the case. Michelle Omer 4117 says her assumption is, my friends and family are apologetic of the state of their homes when you come over. You rarely watch TV. I do rarely watch TV. That is very true. But I do like The Bachelor, and there are a couple shows like Call the Midwife and Virgin River that I will watch for sure no matter what. I really do not watch TV though. A couple times a week, maybe a couple times a month will actually watch TV, but it is extremely rare unless my husband and I are watching a movie together. But no, during the day I do not sit down and watch TV. Cannot think of the last time I did that. And then your friends and family are apologetic about the state of their homes. Yes, but I am too, to a degree. If I have somebody come over and there's a big mess on the table, I feel a little embarrassed. But other people have said, oh my gosh, don't look at my house. And I've never judged. And that's the thing that I was really worried about when I started this channel, actually, was that my friends and family would suddenly become embarrassed about the state of their home because they weren't as minimalist as me. I have friends that are far more minimalist than I am. So the thing that I've realized is that you just walk into a home and comment on how beautiful the light fixtures are. Oh my gosh, you added this wainscoting wall, to try and, like, if somebody's saying that to you when you walk in, oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed, don't look. Just comment on something beautiful about their home. Oh my gosh, I see you've added a mantle. This is stunning. And then I always like to say, your home looks happy. Like people are having a beautiful and wonderful time together. And that's how I try and look at my messy house as well when it's not clean. Okay, I'm not going to stress. My friends don't care. They're probably relieved when they see my house like this. And I love to comment on how just like beautiful, happy, cheerful, what a good time you must be having here together. And look at how beautifully you've decorated. And I let people know, you guys, my house is a mess too, so don't even feel bad. And don't. Nobody should feel bad. Baby Cakes 12061 says, I'm assuming you were either a teacher, you nailed it right on the head, or a designer before you became a mom. That is flattering to say the least. I've never done any designing. but I do like decorating. I think it's very fun, which is one of the reasons my home is not the bare bones. I do consider myself a cozy minimalist, or somebody who simplified a lot but still likes cozy things, because I don't want a cold, sterile feeling environment. Even though some people have commented on my white walls, they're like, how can you live in that hospital? I like white. It's bright and cheerful and feels clean to me, so I actually enjoy that. But I love that you assumed that I was a teacher. Oh, here is one more question from VSFO9PY. Assumption is that you work 2 hours a day, about 3 times a week on your YouTube job. Is it more or less? Oh, I love talking about YouTube. This is the thing. Decluttering and organizing is a huge part of my life, but YouTube is a separate thing altogether. Being a YouTuber is something very unique and specific, and the type of work it is very unique and specific, regardless of what you're talking about. This is why I think YouTubers have so much fun when they become friends, even if they have different niches or talk about different things, because the YouTuber life is very much unique and specific. So I currently work about 6 to 7 hours a week on my YouTube channel, filming 2 days per week. This has been pretty standard. This has been my routine for a while. It's working really well with my daughter's preschool schedule, my kids' school schedule. This can change. This will change over the summer. This will change depending on if I have a sponsorship or a collaboration coming up. But generally, I film 3 hours, 2 days a week. So 6, and that includes editing, so 6 hours. I could not be more grateful for this schedule. It has allowed me to stay at home with my kids, which is what I wanted and dreamed of. So I am so grateful for that. I realized that I could be working a lot more, and I used to be when I was a teacher. I worked 45 hours a week being a teacher. So I do not take this job for granted for 1 single second. If I didn't get to your question specifically, it's because I answered it attached to somebody else's name because it was asked a couple of times. Let me know what other videos you'd like to see from me in the upcoming year. Thank you for all of you who submitted questions. If you have any more, leave them in the comments, and I will see you soon. Bye.